Ice stop. Ice what?
Whoa, whoa, baby, poke it out, poke it out, poke it out.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the cooking channel. Go ahead and subscribe down below. I don't usually shout my channel out or tell you to do whatever at the beginning of videos, but I mean, come on, I've been putting in the work. I think I deserve it. Today's topic is one that has been talked about fairly a fairly decent amount among NFL reporters and analysts. One specifically being my least favorite analyst of all time. Let me go to the post. Colin Cowherd, host of The Herd on, I don't even remember what broadcast network he talks on. But it's sad when a 16-year-old with 3,000 subscribers on YouTube is more educated with football than a 50-year-old NFL analyst by the name of Colin Cowherd. Like, his predictions, post-free agency division predictions, were so whack. For the NFC West, you had the San Francisco 49ers going 10-6, the Rams going 10-6, the Seahawks going 8-8, and respectively the Cardinals going 5-11. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. So, before I get into my 100% base topic, I just want to say that Colin Cowherd really said that this is going to be the layout of our division. Now, I agree with Tampa, and I could see Carolina falling that far, but Atlanta and New Orleans are not getting single-digit wins this season. I mean, Atlanta might get 9 wins, 8 wins, but there is no way the Saints are going below 10 wins. I just don't understand where he got these takes from. They're so bad. Colin Cowherd needs to get fired. Aside from the fact that I legitimately hate Colin Cowherd with everything I have in my blood, today I came to talk to you guys about the chances I think the Saints have of winning the division. Now, I'm going to let you guys know right now, this is not a schedule prediction video. That will be coming when schedules release, probably deeper into the summertime, because the summertime is when the grind really starts. We had an explosive summer last season, gaining almost 1,000 subscribers just from May to July. We went crazy last summer, so hopefully we could replicate that and do it again. But until then, we're going to be talking about what we can talk about, and we can't talk about a lot, so we're going to try to bring up some topics that previously we didn't dabble in. What I wanted to talk about today is if it's possible for the Saints to, 1, win the division, and 2, come out of the NFC first seed in the playoffs once again. Now, it is pretty rare for a team to go ahead and repeat the fact that they got first seed last season, so I'm not really 100% banking on that one, but I really want to talk about the chances of us winning the NFC South as a whole. I think we have a very high chance of winning the NFC South, and I think everybody else agrees, but some people for some reason think that Atlanta somehow got the juice from doing absolutely nothing in free agency, and Carolina, even though Cam Newton has been struggling, Christian McCaffrey is enough to carry them to a division title. I don't know. I think the Saints have everything they need to go ahead and three-peat the division, 3rd year in a row, NFC South champions, and we're going to get into why. 1, I do not think the Saints got any worse than last season, and last season they were significantly better than anybody in our division. We swept Atlanta. We were going to sweep Tampa, but we had to play them week 1, and we always suck in week 1. And we were going to sweep Carolina, but we rested our starters in week 17. We were significantly better by a huge margin than any team in the NFC South. And when you look at the 4 teams in the NFC South, nobody changed that much over free agency. Carolina really didn't do much. They signed Matt Paradis from the Denver Broncos. The Atlanta Falcons did jack squat. I really cannot recall one memorable move that they made during the free agency period because they had less money than we did. Falcons pages were talking about, oh, what cap space? What are you guys going to do? What cap space do you have? They had less than us. I don't think they were aware that they had like $8 million coming into the offseason. Tampa Bay got worse with the releasing of Quan Alexander, and we don't really know what's going to happen with did that Gerald McCoy situation get figured out? I don't know, but they got worse. Tampa got worse. They lost Deshaun Jackson. There are so many things going on in Tampa Bay. Jameis Winston is their guaranteed starter unless they draft a quarterback because they lost Ryan Fitzpatrick to the Dolphins. He went to the Dolphins. So this division stayed practically exactly the same, just with Tampa getting a little worse and us getting a little, I think, better than before. And let me get into those reasons right now. Number 2, I think the Saints legitimately improved from last season. 1, we have Alvin Kamara as our premier back. He is no longer a split the carries kind of guy. He's still going to split carries with Latavius Murray, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be 50-50. It's probably going to be 60-40, 70-30 Alvin Kamara's way for the rest of the season next year. I'm extremely excited to see what he can do. Week 1 through 4 last season, he had amazing statistics and balled out while Mark Ingram was suspended. So I think that he has enough juice to carry the team, the running back core, on his back. Does that mean that I think he can go ahead and play 8 seasons straight, 16 games every season, starting running back 50 carries a game and make it out alive? No, I don't think he has the build to succeed in the NFL as a long-term, permanent, 100% every down running back. But with a guy like Latavius Murray taking off the heavy load, doing the the 3rd and 1s, the short yardage situations where a bunch of pileups happen, Alvin Kamara's his tenure in the NFL is going to be increased by a ton. I think that having him and Latavius Murray actually improves our run game over the Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara era for sure. Does that mean that I'm saying that Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray are going to be a better duo than Kamara and Ingram? No. I think that this duo is going to give Alvin Kamara a chance to shine and develop into literally one of the league's best dual-threat running backs, with Latavius Murray handling the load, doing the hard work, and being that guy that we can rely on for goal line and 3rd and 1 and 3rd and short and 4th and short situations. I am excited to see that running back duo happen. Another thing we might have improved on is our receiving core. I think that it got a lot better from the end of last season because a lot of bull hunky went down with injuries. We're going to have Michael Thomas. Ted Ginn Jr. is going to be 100% back from injuries. Cameron Meredith is going to be back also, assuming we don't cut him. Don't see why we would. Save $8 million, but for what? We might be re-signing Des Bryant. Hopefully we do. Traquan Smith is going to be in his 2nd year, a.k.a. time to develop. I'm extremely excited about this receiving core being healthy again because, good Lord, were we riddled with injuries last season. And that was the period where Drew Brees slowed down because he only had 1 target to throw it to. It was bad. And with the absence of Jared Cook news, I am assuming that we're going to dabble in the draft for a tight end. And I mean, if Irv Smith falls to our pick in the 2nd round, pick him. He's a New Orleans native and would be an extremely, extremely good help to our desperate tight end position. I'm excited to see what we do. Our receiving core is a lot better than last season, in my opinion. Another thing that we have revamped completely is our defensive line. While many people don't think this to be true, a lot of the work we did on the defensive line was 150% necessary. With the loss of Alex Okafor, signing Mario Edwards helps us a ton because it gives us another guy, a reliable guy, that averages a couple of sacks per season to split carries, split snaps with Marcus Davenport. It's going to be extremely important because the way we were utilizing Marcus Davenport last season was on a Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara split carries basis. We were splitting the snaps with Alex Okafor and Marcus Davenport to make sure to relieve pressure off of Marcus Davenport his rookie season. And him coming off of that injury, I'm assuming we are going to do the exact same thing, splitting plays with Marcus Davenport and Mario Edwards, and I'm extremely excited for it. Another move we made was signing Malcolm Brown, the defensive tackle from the New England Patriots, to replace Sheldon Rankins while he's injured. Now, you may say, okay, that's a good replacement for while Sheldon Rankins is gone. Okay, what happens when Sheldon Rankins comes back? We get a second reliable defensive tackle that averages 3 sacks per season to replace Tyler Davison, who we are most likely letting go in free agency, or we keep. We still have David Onyemata for depth. There's a lot of depth at that defensive tackle position now. Same with the defensive end position, and I am extremely excited to watch it take form. You guys, I am so excited for this season. I 100% think we have the power to win this division. Another thing I am excited for is the return of Patrick Robinson. This is going to benefit our secondary very much, as our third corner was a bit of an issue last season. While towards the end it solidified, we are going to have Marshawn Lattimore, Eli Apple, and Patrick Robinson. That is a deadly triple combo. I am so excited. Our safeties are so good too. We are in for a heck of a season this year. With all that being said, I do believe that with all of those upgrades the Saints made at defensive line, all of those upgrades we are going to receive at wide receiver just based off of injuries, coming back, there is a lot of potential for this season to be one of the best we have seen in many years. And that involves getting the #1 spot in our division and three-peating the NFC South. Now, do I believe that we can win first seed in the NFC? I am not 100% sure on that one. The Los Angeles Rams have been making a ton of moves, cutting a bunch of young guys, re-signing a bunch of old guys. They have made questionable but probably extremely beneficial moves when it comes to veteran leadership and issues and fixing issues that they, that was the reason they only scored 3 points in the Super Bowl. They have been looking for veteran leadership, and good Lord, have they been getting it. Today, they just signed Clay Matthews to a 2-year, $16 million deal based heavily off incentives, so it didn't really dent their cap space much. The Rams are scary, but do I trust Jared Goff to go hand in hand and beat more teams than Drew Brees? No. So I am excited to see what happens. I think it's a coin flip on whether the Rams or Saints win the NFC. I think that it is a 2-team race. I don't think the Chicago Bears are quite there yet offensively to compete with the top 2 teams in the NFC. But, that's just my opinion, and what do I know? So, do I think the Saints have the potential to win the division? Of course I do. I think that we are going to win the division by a landslide with Atlanta and Carolina leaking in the background and Tampa Bay finishing dead last per usual. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm really excited to see how the season goes because I think the Saints have a lot of potential to get yet another NFC South victory. Thank you guys for watching so much. I appreciate you tuning in. Make sure to go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. Click that notification bell so you know when I post a video or when I'm live streaming. It means a lot. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios. Oh, wait. Drop suggestions down below and what you thought of the video. It means a lot to me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.